start our interchanges by Zoom and email, and I'm super happy to be here. Thank you to be part of the parkour BIENALSUR Crans-Montana 2021. And well, this parkour is about the interaction between culture and nature, and how the community deals with itself as community, and also with the context of the environment. Then, after many interchangings, we choose your piece, and well, I would like to invite you to explain us about that piece and why is it here and how.
Mm-hmm. So hello, Diana. I am very happy that we can meet in person now, and thank you very much for the invitation. Yeah, we talked about many pieces, but this one fits, I think, very good in the concept, because it's about how we can exchange with the environment, as persons, but also as human beings and with a body. And so we choose this work, which is in the same time, it's a sculpture, but also it can be experienced in a performative way. So if you pass by here, close to the church, maybe you think it's like a very classical sculpture, what you can see here, this silver sphere. But then, if you go closer, maybe you think you could try it in another way. You could try to use this sculpture not just to pass by, and then maybe you want to touch it, and then maybe you try to move it, to interact, yes.
Yes, and I love this peculiar condition of a very well done, or apparently a very well done sphere, in this context that is so picturesque, and it is like a particular signal of this is something different. It's like a call to people to say, what is this, or why is this big ball there? And in that way, I'm super interested to observe, or to find how people will take this challenge to interact with the piece, and to produce one of the things I imagine is part of your proposal, to invite people to make some performative actions with the piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm also surprised how the sculpture is in this environment. I didn't know Crans-Montana before, and now when I see the architecture of this place, it's in one way it's very homogeneous, and in another way it's very heterogeneous. So the houses are different, but for sure they are very different in style from this geometrical form, and that is what is interesting. First, that we have this perfect sphere in this environment with all this wooden chalet, very personal architecture, and the sphere is something very abstract, geometrical, very neutral also, and very perfect in a way. And the coating, the pearl coating is maybe even makes it even more strange or extraterrestrial. It's also a bit like a moon.
Yes, it's like a moon, and also when the sun is over the ball, the texture sometimes is similar than telgopor, polypropylene, I think, and you could imagine is very light, and when you try to push, it's impossible to move. How many people do you need to move that ball?
I think 5 people can be enough.
5 heavy people.
Depends a bit, yeah, on their forces, but yeah, if you try it alone, you can't match it, and even in 2, I think it's impossible. and then you have to find some friends who will help you to move it, and then maybe from 4 it's starting moving. But when you are 5, or when we are 5, then I think you can move it really in this area. And that is what interests me, because then the whole environment is changing. It's not only the object which changes its place, but with the object also the landscape is changing, and also our gaze and our experience with the landscape is changing. And
yes, because we need the others to produce something. And in this same parcours 2021, we include other pieces that needs this performative condition. The bench by Iván Argote, the Colombian artist, also needs to talk with others to be comfortable in that bench that is like a balancing.
Like a balance.
Like a balance. Then both are close in that concept to talk with others, to make some kind of little agreements to work or to interact with the piece. Also, we include other piece that is a source, a fountain, but also needs to be activated by the public. And the other ones are more contemplative, but in all the context, we try to develop this condition to think with pieces about the environment, about the context, about how to live in community. Particularly now that we are trying to move on with or after the COVID. We don't know if with or after.
Yes.
But
Yes.
And also we are super happy to imagine to continue working with you and your work in another place, in another venue in Buenos Aires, and probably for the next edition to prepare all your work and to be perfectly set for another space that is our Kilometer Zero in Buenos Aires, the Hotel of Immigrants. And we love to imagine with you this piece that is part of the context, but please explain us about this, to imagine how to continue working.
Yes, I'm very happy that we can do that, and we have a little bit more time to do it.
Yes,
that is great. Because it's a complex technique, and it's a piece in concrete, like this one. This is also a full font. It means that the whole sphere is concrete, and we know concrete in a way that it's a material which is very, very heavy, very close, very
structural also.
Yes, structural, and a bit how to say in English, it's not welcoming. So,
yes, sure.
It's the opposite. But the concrete which I am developing for the piece in Argentina is a permeable concrete. That's very special because
it's very curious
normally
option. Yes.
concrete is the opposite. It doesn't take water, so it's not permeable. And that will be a fountain which is working with very few of water, a small quantity of water, and it's more like a sweating or weeping concrete. That means that very few water is going inside the sculpture, and it's sweating from inside to the surface, and then the surface it has a wet look. It's not a fountain with a big water, but there is always a wet look of the surface, and it makes us thinking what we are as human bodies. We are very permeable and we need a lot of water, and it makes us also thinking about concrete, what it is as a material, and it makes us thinking about the environment, because the form of the fountain will be a tree, and a cut tree, so just a part of a tree, and so the tree which needs water and to be alive.
Yes.
And it will be a cut tree, so a cut tree like which comes back to life in being in concrete.
Yes, I love this idea to change the process, the natural process, to promote the emergence of new natural elements, and it's very interesting. Yes, I love to continue thinking together and to work for the next edition. This is also very, very helpful to imagine possible futures in this context where everything is uncertainty.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And well, tomorrow we will open this parkour, and we will see what's happening with the different audiences, with your piece and the others.
How the people will be touched
Yes.
by the different pieces.
Yes,
I'm
we have
looking
to
forward.
record also this because it must be very interesting for you and for us.
Yes,
sure.
yes.